It's Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Thanks for joining me today. Wow, what a horrific day on Wall Street. Yet again, another reminder of how quickly volatility can hit these markets. Dow Jones down 1,123 points, NASDAQ down 716 points, gold down around $50, Bitcoin down $6,100. A very, very brutal day for Wall Street. Markets across the board just destroyed. CNBC Dow tanks more than 1,100 points, post first 10-day losing streak since 1974. So I've got to ask all of you this. Please comment down below. Is there something more to this? Is this the beginning of something? Is this the start to something? It's kind of interesting. A new administration coming in. We've been on this massive economic surge in regards to Wall Street. Markets have been in this utopia with the Trump honeymoon stage, the Trump sugar high, and now as the new administration is getting closer to taking power, the markets are turning 10 days down. Markets, no doubt, are addicted to rate cuts. We got a rate cut today of 25 basis points, but Jerome Powell came out and gave everybody some bad news. Fed sees only 2 rate cuts in 2025, fewer than previously projected. Now, we could see 2 rate cuts next year. We could see 1 rate cut. We could see 0 rate cuts. We could actually see them raise rates once, maybe twice. Who knows what can happen from now into 2025? And it seems that now Jerome Powell is beginning to become a little bit more hawkish. Before he was, feeding these markets, giving them what they wanted, rate cut after rate cut, and now he's going to shut off the sugar here, it looks like, and markets don't like it. Remember, markets don't really care about the economy. They don't care about your job. They don't care about how much you're spending at the grocery store. These markets solely care about one thing, and that is rate cuts. They are addicted to rate cuts. And if they don't get rate cuts, these markets are going to be in very, very big trouble. And this will all fall into the lap of the new administration. It just seems almost day by day by day that it is going to be a very difficult task for this new administration to do anything. They are really fueling the flames of war over in Ukraine. You can already, there looks to be like a little bit of funny business going on with these markets. Once you say, we know they're completely manipulated. Isn't it funny now? Isn't it a coincidence how this new administration is coming in, and now all of a sudden, the market's 10 days in a row, massive volatility today. Is this the beginning of something? Please comment down below. 10-year Treasury leaps to 4.5% as Fed signals caution on future rate cuts. CNBC. I just looked. They're at 4.52%. And so they're cutting rates. And you're seeing the 10-year bond yield go up. And you are seeing the cost of borrowing money going up. Now, everybody thought that the Fed's going to come to our rescue. They're going to cut rates. I'm going to be able to go buy a car. It's going to be a lot cheaper. My credit card APR is going down. I can go buy an RV. The cheap money's coming back. It is getting much more expensive to borrow money. So while the Fed is cutting interest rates, you're going to be paying probably even more here very, very soon, because so much of this plays off of the 10-year bond yield, like mortgage rates. 30-year fixed rate right now, a little over 6.8%. I believe it's going to be going back to 7 and beyond. So watch that 10-year. The Fed cut interest rates by another 25 basis points. Here's what will get cheaper. This is also on CNBC. This is very interesting. So credit cards. If you have a $5,000 balance on your credit card, you're going to save $1.04 per month. Let me repeat that. If you have a $5,000 balance on your credit card, because of today's rate cut at 25 basis points, you're going to save a whopping $1.04 per month. Personal loans. If you have a personal loan of $10,000, you're financing that loan for 3 years, you're going to save $1.20 a month after today, because Jerome Powell cut rates 25 basis points. Auto financing. You borrow $35,000, finance it over 5 years. Your auto loan savings is going to be $4.14 per month. HELOC. You take money out of the house, a $50,000 HELOC. You're going to save $10.42 per month because of today. This is what these rate cuts are doing. They're doing about absolutely nothing for you. Now, they're going to help the big boys. They're going to help the banks. Now, if you're trying to save money, you're getting hurt. If you're borrowing money, you're getting hurt. So it's not really doing anything. Trump joins Elon Musk in opposing House GOP's government funding bill. This is, again, here we go again. 1,547 pages in this bill. Tons of wasteful pork barrel spending. There's some good things in this bill. There's a lot of bad things in this bill. Shutting down the government is much better. It's a much better thing to do. It's a much better idea than to pass this garbage, because it's the American people who are going to pay for this garbage. Shut the government down before you pass this garbage on to us. This is going to give Congress a pay increase. Do you think they deserve it at this point? I don't. So they get a pay increase while the average American, 80% of this country, is living paycheck to paycheck. These people are going to get a pay increase. Provisions for government censors, etc. It goes on and on and on. So it's a bunch of garbage. It's a bunch of wasteful spending, and you're going to pay for this. And this should not be passed at all. This should be denied immediately. 1,547 pages. Unbelievable. The economy is finally stable. Is that about to change? An article I was reading today, we hear this every day. Inflation's cooled. We know it's not. It's heating up. Unemployment is low. We know it's not. We know the numbers and the data is all manipulated. This is all about to change, though, ladies and gentlemen. The real numbers, the real data is about to come out. How convenient, because this is all going to get thrown onto the lap of the new administration. That's how I see it. That's my belief. I could be wrong. We shall see. Comment down below. But isn't it amazing how all of a sudden things are beginning to change? The timing of this, right? You can almost read this like a book, word, line for line, word per word, how this is all playing out. You can see the blueprint already laid out. Textron halts ATV, UTV, snowmobile production amid imploding consumer demand. So Textron, their golf carts, utility vehicles, side-by-sides, ATVs, snowmobiles, all production of these power sport vehicles has been halted. What a strong, healthy economy, right, ladies and gentlemen? They are blaming it on consumer and market demand remaining soft. There is no doubt we have been in a very serious recession for a very, very long time. I believe we are in the early stages of a depression. Let me know your thoughts on that. Anybody that thinks that this economy is doing well, I mean, maybe you're doing well, but for the majority of Americans, 80% living paycheck to paycheck, 18% that are food insecure, the majority of this country is not doing that well. And they may look like they're doing well. I was listening to the Dave Ramsey show earlier today, and a gentleman called in. And sometimes I listen to that show, and it is absolutely shocking the amount of debt people have gotten themselves into. $80,000 in student loan debt. Guy's got a $1,300 a month Mercedes payment. They've got a $600,000 mortgage. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's just shocking how many people out there look like they're doing well. In fact, some people look like they're rich. They look like they're doing so well. Yeah, they've got a $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 a month car payment, $600,000, $700,000 mortgage, $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 in student loan debt. In fact, this gentleman said he had believe it was $200,000 in student loan debt, credit card debt. It just goes on and on and on. And so, people can go, oh, everything looks great. Everybody's driving a Mercedes and a Lexus and a BMW, and everybody's at the restaurants. Everything looks wonderful. You don't realize how many of these people driving these cars and eating out at these restaurants are completely broke. They're in huge trouble. They miss one paycheck. They're in big trouble. Hey, get down. They're in big big trouble. So be careful. Just because somebody lives in a nice house or driving a nice car, they're eating at a nice restaurant, they're wearing a nice pair of shoes, they got a nice suit on, they got a nice watch. Many of these people are broke. No money put away, nothing in the bank, nothing under the mattress. They got nothing, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely nothing. Renter Nation returns. Multifamily building permits soared in November. The surge in multifamily permits surged 22.1% month over month. And it's probably going to continue to surge because that's where most Americans are going to go. They're going to be renting apartments because they're never going to be able to buy a house. I'm not going to say nobody, but the majority of this country cannot afford to buy an overpriced, overvalued home at 7+%. They just cannot do it. And when you have a nation of people, 80% living paycheck to paycheck, half this country doesn't even have $500 in cash saved up. How would they ever be able to put a down payment down? If their air conditioning broke, a refrigerator went out, a leaky roof, how would they fix a house? How do they pay for the insurance? How do they pay for the taxes? This stuff is getting out of reach, and this is where it's all going. People are going to be living in apartments. This is the new life for most people in America if things do not change. You're going to rent and you will own absolutely nothing. Restaurant bankruptcies reportedly at highest level since the health crisis. You know, it is now really become a luxury in this country to be able to go out to dinner, especially if you want to go to like a mediocre, medium type restaurant to a more luxury restaurant. It's a real luxury now. It's becoming a luxury for a lot of people, even to go to a fast food restaurant now. A family of 4, family of 5, to go to a fast food restaurant, it is now really becoming a luxury. And it's going to get much worse for these restaurants because inflation is going up. It's not going away. And as inflation climbs and we continue to see more and more layoffs in the job market, less people have the ability to enjoy going out to dinner, out to lunch, out to breakfast. And so this is going to become more of a luxury. Fewer and fewer people are going to be able to do it. And that means we're going to see more and more restaurants going bankrupt and going out of business. And it's really, really sad. This world's changing, ladies and gentlemen. The country is changing without a doubt. But let me know your thoughts on any of this. Let me know your thoughts today on this market correction that we saw take place. I won't call it a market crash. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe it all bounces back and it recovers. We shall see. But we are beginning to see cracks in the dam again, and I think we're going to see more problems the closer we get to this new administration taking office. And once they do, in 2025, we're going to see, I think, some pretty wild rides in the stock market, in my opinion. Let me know your opinion on this, your thoughts on this. Is this being purposely done? Or is this just the way it's going? Let me know your thoughts on that too. I'm going to leave it there today. God bless every one of you. Please pray for this country. Pray for this administration. Pray for help, ladies and gentlemen. The economy is collapsing right before your very eyes. Society collapsing right before your very eyes. We need help. This country needs help. I think we can save it, but it's going to take more than one man. It's going to take people. It's going to take the majority of this country to get involved and want to save this country, want to get it back on track. And in order to do so, the majority of this country is going to feel a lot of pain because we have got way too much debt and we have all lived way, way beyond our means as a country. I'm going to leave it there. God bless. Take care.